Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Blackout Tea channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Saturday, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notification bells so that you guys are updated each and every time I do come through. All right, guys, so we are going to get into this reaction video. This is going to be Erica's version, and then right after, we'll go into Mucker's fake ass. His new name is Mucker the Sucker, with this fake ass apology, supposedly for talking shit about Damien. Now, I noticed with Mucker, he'll always start these things off saying he was somehow notified or told about the video that he responds to, as if he is never actually clicking on these videos and watching these shit himself. Be the damn craziest. But let's go ahead and get into it. So Erica says, I left out a few texts between me and him while he was listening in on the three-way phone call. I asked to speak with Janelle because he requested it. Let's go. All right. So first text says, I want to kill somebody right now. And then, did you feel that way when you took her out for her birthday? Mucker says, you're going to hear us discuss that on the phone. I felt sorry for her ass, and I told her that she was pretty much acting like her life was over. You'll hear the conversation later. Erica says, cool. Mucker says, and I sent her license back, so we have no reason to be in communication. The termination went finalized today, and I can show you proof. Erica says, cool. Mucker comes back. I'm so happy that I called you and stayed on the phone with you all Monday night. FaceTime at my place, because she would lie like I came to her place. I hate miserable ass bitches. All right, these are text messages between Mucker and Erica. However, I'm not sure if she's going to state when they were dated, but I don't see a date. Let's go. Next text. Now, it looks like these are all from one person, and it looks like it's going to be Mucker. So he says, and she is fired. She can look up her status with my company. Let's get Janelle on the phone. Excuse me, guys. Ask Janelle, did I say I want to be with her, or did I tell her that she needs to move around? Ask her how many times I told her I don't want to be with her. Within the last 6 months, simply ask how many times I told her that we are not together. she hears what she wants to hear. Child, y'all. Ooh. Now bitches hearing
Later
things.
that day, guys, after that phone call, he sent me some type of proof that I guess she was fired, and I'll upload the screenshot right here. He also sent me what an active, you know, realtor license looked like when it
Hold
is
up,
active.
back
So he
up.
sent me his.
Let's take a look here. Okay, this is Racon's expiration active now. Okay.
Well, I will end up posting the side by side so that you guys can, see the difference. I decided to forgive him again for many reasons. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. The main reason was because I didn't want to be embarrassed and humiliated because I brought him to YouTube and we were in a relationship and I didn't want another failed relationship. I'm not gonna lie. I desperately wanted to believe that he was, sincere in his apology. I mean, you guys saw how smooth he was. And I wanted to desperately believe that he could potentially be my husband one day because I saw that he did have a lot of potential. Um, so I told him that, hey, either we need to go to counseling or we need to start going to church and reading the Bible together. And I remember he did not want to go to counseling at all because he said that we wasn't there yet. I still to this day, I don't know what that means, but I just remember him.
Erica doesn't.
Telling me that.
Okay, so Erica's saying she doesn't know what he meant, but it sounds like he was not wanting to move forward with her, and she just didn't catch that. Because anytime that you're in a relationship with someone and you guys are trying to correct your indifferences, you're going to do whatever you have to do to get that corrected if you want to stay in that place. So it sounds like maybe that was one hint that she did not catch.
That, we're just not there yet to be sitting on, a therapist or a counselor's couch. He agreed to go to church. And the thing is, guys, and I am 100% honest when I tell you guys this. He told me that he didn't believe in God. He told me that it doesn't exist. He told me that he's intelligent enough, smart enough to understand when something seems off. He said that he's read the Bible through and through, and he's smart enough to know that the stuff that's in the Bible is not real. It doesn't exist. Um,
Girl, I know you fucking lying. Not read the Bible through and through, Mucker. Mucker the sucker, not read the Bible through and through. Now you know you gonna stop it.
he even stated several times, like, why would your God allow prostitution? Why would your God allow rape? And why would your God allow, you know, um, I guess people in the Bible to sell their kids and so he used to try to convince me that God was not real. And so I used to try to convince him that God was real. And I even told him, hey, we can fast for 30 days. And he agreed to it. And during that fast, it was just like he wasn't even trying. Like, I remember saying, okay, well, we just going to eat this. And then he would go and eat fast food, and then here I am eating fast food, And so I remember telling him like, "Hey, let's take baby steps," because he hadn't stepped foot in a church in years because he didn't believe in God. And I even went to the extent to.
That's because his ass was the devil. He couldn't get comfortable once he walked through the doors. The devil can't get comfortable once they've walked through proper doors. That's why he wasn't comfortable with going to church at all.
Confide in his mom about it, and I think that that's one of the reasons why his mom liked me so much was because I was trying to convince him to get back in the church. Now, look, I'm not perfect at all, but I felt in my heart that if he would have been 100% open to it, that it could have been something that was really, really good for the both of us. And I even told him like we'll plan to go to church like let's say this coming Sunday, and he would make up every excuse as to why he didn't want to go to church. I remember the first day it was because I showed up to his house too early, but we was like an hour away from going to church, and he said it was because I didn't call first. So I remember getting frustrated with him. And then I even said, okay, well, let's just sit on the couch and listen to TD Jakes. But it was like I'm watching TD Jakes on the couch by myself, and he's in the kitchen, like, doing something, or he's, just like.
That should have been another sign to her. If you're going over to somebody's house, first of all, I'm pretty sure they spoke the night before. So he knew that she would be arriving for church. However, he's not prepared to go because he doesn't really want to go. You're trying to force his arm.
Like, not paying attention. So after a while, I just gave up. Even his mom was willing to come over on Sundays and sit on the couch, but he never was into it. So the fast, it was an epic fail. And so technically, I didn't get anything that.
Build your brand online with a beautiful logo. Just go to Wix Logo.
I wanted. Now, I did end up getting the key that he said, and it took him a while to give it to me. Like, I remember asking him, like, okay, so where is the key? And he's like, I'm gonna go get a copy. So he eventually gave me the key to his place, as y'all heard in the last episode, and he ended up giving me his passcode to his phone. Now, I did not get a chance to test out the code because, like, I never had access to his phone because his phone was never just visibly laying around. Like, he took his phone everywhere.
Ding, 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 ding. Girl, that's the number one red flag when a motherfucker is doing something, baby. That phone is going to move with them no matter what. Their ass could be sleeping. That phone might be under the pillow, or that phone might be dead next to them where it is in arm's reach. Just in case they get up out that sleep real goddamn fast and be like, oh shit, where the fuck my phone at? And you lean over and they reach and feel the phone. Yeah. Okay. When you see people doing that and they've got to put passcodes on their phone and they've got to go through the ordeal of turning their phone over on the other side, especially while you're at dinner. If you see your significant other flipping the goddamn phone so that you can't see it, bitch, just go. The intuition and bite you. She bites you right there.
And the key, I remember putting it to the test one day because, as y'all heard in the last video, he told me, you can get a key to my place, you can come and go as you please. So all I heard was, come and go as you please, come and go as you please, you please, please. And I was like, okay, so I loaded up the boys. One night, it was like 8 p.m. I know, just, I already know what you guys are going to say. I know. So you don't even have to say it because I already said it 1,000 times already. I came to his house and I stuck the key in the door, unlocked it, and he was very angry because he said that I didn't call him first and he told me to leave. Now, the distance between me and the home that he was living in was about 30, 35 minutes. So I was arguing with him. I'm like, well, you said that I can come and go as I please. And that was one of the things that went along with your sorry was I could get a key to your place and access to your phone as a way to show me that you have changed and that you was done with the foolishness. So I was like, what was the point of you even giving me the key to your place if I can't even like come and go and as you said, like come and go as you please. And so he ended up making he kept saying leave and like he would not like he wouldn't budge. I kept saying, but it's nighttime and I was trying to make an argument, well look, you said this, he wasn't budging, so I ended up leaving. And so I remember like while I was there, I had called one of my mentors and I was like, well, what was the point of him even giving me the key if he didn't want me? His excuse was that he said because he had to get some work done and he used to always ask for mental breaks. But Dion was such a good baby.
The mental breaks was so those could be the times that he go and do other shit, Erica. Okay. If he's not doing you or seeing you, then he's able to do other things and other people. And so that is the times that he's in his back and forth mode. He makes you think that he has to go on a mental break so that if he's not calling you or you're not calling him, shit is good. But it's really not. That's when he's doing his fuck nigga shit. That fuck sucker shit, that mucker to the sucker like, that's when he's doing that.
Like Dion was like kind of out of sight, out of mind. Like Dion was just playing. Like Dion was not a cranky baby at all. Cam, whenever we was over there, he was always glued to his phone playing video games and stuff. And I was always like in the bedroom watching.
It's the Big Pig Song!
I'm recording.
Something on TV. So it wasn't like, and then he had his own office space. So it wasn't like we was in the way, but he used to always ask, like, he used to always say he needed these mental breaks. And in order to get those mental breaks, he either had to leave or he just needed to be by himself to get his work done. So I was like, okay, understandable. So when I got tired of just going back and forth with him that night on the whole key situation, I just ended up just walking out, leaving. And so I remember he texted me, and I'm gonna put the text right here because I just left. Like I didn't even tell him I was gone because like he was already like leave now. Like he was very like just mean about it. So I was on the phone with one of my mentors, and I didn't even tell him that we left or whatever. And so he said, "Are you gone?" Question mark, question mark. As you can see, now I don't have his number saved in my phone, but
Okay, so she's gonna read them. I won't have to.
those of you that know, his number is actually on his Facebook, and if it's not on his Facebook, you can easily Google it. So to show proof that any screenshots or text messages that I'm uploading, to show proof of that, I just blanked out the last 4 numbers so that you guys will know that I'm actually telling the truth about everything that I'm putting in this video as well. So he said, "Are you gone?" Question mark, question mark, question mark. The reason I'm asking is because the door is unlocked and I didn't want to lock it if you weren't gone. So at that point, I was battling and struggling because I felt so weak. I felt like this man had full control over my mind, my body, my heart, my.
Because he did, Erica. He did. He did. You guys notice I'm reading the text messages, and you notice how he comes back with this wow, okay? Right there at that moment, he tried to turn the shit back around on her. Just with that wow, okay? He tried to flip the script back onto her.
So like I really just I felt trapped. I didn't feel like there was a way out. So it's like every time I would say I was leaving, he would come back with a I'm sorry and let's do this, and I fell for the I'm sorry every single time. So I told him, I said, you're finally getting the space you've been begging for, lock your door. And he said, wow, okay, you've been here all night just to go home. What was the point? Well, because he kept telling me to leave, and I just got tired of fighting with you, so I finally left. And then now I leave, and now you're asking me why I'm leaving. Like, I was so confused.
Yo!
And he said, I'm too tired to work now. You were almost.
That's the part that got me. Okay? I'm too tired to work now. You were almost 3 hours. 3 hours what? Late? Because what is he implying about you were almost 3 hours or well 3 here or 3 hours here? I guess he's trying to say she was there already for 3 hours, but then it's how he goes into, so again, you did all of that for what? So he's calling the relationship work, or is he saying that because you guys were supposed to be recording? Is my question.
3 hours. You was here almost 3 hours. So again, you did all of that for what I really want to know. And then, so I'm ignoring him because he was blowing up my phone. And I was ignoring his phone calls, and I was ignoring his text messages. And then, as you guys can see, he said, can you talk for a quick sec? And I didn't screenshot the rest of that, but if I need to show proof of that too, then earlier that day, he was calling and stuff like that, and I was still kind of like in that headspace of like something just don't feel right. Like this is wrong. Like Erica, you need to gather strength to like leave him alone. And so he would call, and I wasn't answering, and that's because like I purposely would make myself busy. So I started doing things with Kim and Dion, and because I was the type where I would just wait around for him to call, and I would wait around for him to text. I started to make myself busy, and I told myself like kids first, priorities first, and him later. As you guys can see earlier that day, that was like around 1:55 p.m. He said, okay, remember that you ignored me when I rushed out to you several times today. Don't get upset if I do the same. Have a good one. And it wasn't like I was ignoring him, like, I just needed to think clearly because I had so many questions going on in my mind, like, and I believe that all women do it. It's like, why was I not good enough? Like, was I not good in the bedroom? Was she better in the bedroom? Because he had admitted that he was having unprotected sex with her, and that almost like literally.
Mucker just nasty. So, I know a lot of people saying, okay, Erica went from Mucker to Damien, but Mucker went from whoever else he been messing with to Janelle, to Erica, to Creole Bay. Now, come on now. And then in between, back and forth, between Janelle and Erica. And then no protection with no some dudes just be nasty. Sure.
really destroyed me. Like, I was disgusted. I was even more hurt. And I'm like, I just had so many questions. And I felt like I didn't have anybody to talk to because whenever I would kind of like, I would bring it up to ask some questions about it, he would basically say he didn't want to talk about it no more. And he's not going to sit there and listen to me question him about.
It sounds like Mucker the sucker didn't have any respect for you, darling. He did not respect you, and he did not respect the relationship. These text messages, if you can't see on the screen, because I thought she would read them, but I'm not sure. So it says, okay, remember that you ignored me when I reached out to you several times today. Don't get upset if I do the same. Have a good one. He then comes back again and sends another text. So, just for clarification, you're keeping our videos down for now. And Erica responds, she said, I deleted them. They are gone for good. And he comes back with okay. And then she responds and sends some two messages. And one says, would you have wanted them back up? The second is, did you hang up in my face? He had no respect for you, Erica. None. And then he responds back, I'll take my videos down too. You have all of these subscribers emailing me on my personal email.
About it because if I said I forgive him, then that's what it should be. But it had only been a week later, and he didn't even understand that. And I felt like I needed closure, and he didn't want to give that. Like, he didn't want to.
I have a challenge for all of you. Go to every computer in your house, your mom's, your dad's, your sister, your brother's computer, and
want to talk about it. So, like, forgave me, and let's move on and don't bring it up. But I didn't have time to heal and process any of it.
Yeah, he's telling you that because the narc needs to be in control of the situation, including you. Okay? They have to stay in control of everybody so that their shit works. He wanted to still be in your energy, but he also still wanted to be in Janelle's energy as well, and whoever else energy had on the side. And as long as nobody was questioning him about anything, everything would go well. Okay? When you start the questioning, when you start the nitpicking, when you start to wanting to find out things, that's when the narc gets scared because they're thinking, oh shit, she's on to me. Well, I think lo and behold, you've been on to him, Erica, for quite a while. In this relationship, you weren't actually just following your intuition. It was all there. The way he was treating you, things he was saying, how he talked to you, even trying to deflect on different things. You'll do something. He'll do something, make you angry is what it sounds like in the relationship. And then you'll want to go and say, okay, I'm just done dealing with this with him for now. But see, that's the time that you're giving him that space that he's really asking for, that space to be able to go to do his other bullshit.
Because I went right back. And it was only literally a week later after I found out that he took her out for her birthday. Like, I should have followed my first mind and just, even if I went back to him, I shouldn't have went back so soon. And so, again, I ignored him. And then at 5:27 p.m., he was worried about videos. He said, so just for clarification, you're keeping our videos down for now. And so I had lied to him. I said that I had deleted the videos, but I knew I didn't delete them. But I just wanted to see his response to me deleting them because, again, I had felt like it was all about YouTube. Because, mind you, I had felt initially that it was all about YouTube. And then, you know, the situation with his ex, or the girl that he was also seeing, like, it kind of confirmed it. So I said I deleted them. They're gone for good. And he said, okay. And so I said, well, would you have wanted them back up? he actually called and I answered, and he was so upset and angry. And he said, "So you mean to tell me that you deleted all of our videos? So are they private or are they?"
See, this the thing. This the thing right here. Now he's concerned about his bag. So I wouldn't be surprised, y'all, if Erica was not even giving Mucker a portion of what she was getting from YouTube, even though she had just brought his little funky donkey ass on there with her. Okay. It sounds like at some point Erica was assisting with some type of obligation, some type of bill, something that this channel needed to continue for. Okay. And we already know that Mucker prize on women. He actually prize on women to get things from them, even if it comes down to them working for him. That's what he wants. He wants a clan that works for him, where he doesn't have to do anything, but he is able to still collect revenue. He's able to still gain access to the people. And he can do everything on his terms. Now he's concerned about her removing videos because he's concerned about the money that those videos are losing since he removed them.
Deleted. And
She
so I
removed them.
basically told him, even though I knew that they were private, I said that they were deleted. He was mad. He broke up Damien again. He was like, "So you mean to tell me that you kept all of Damien videos, but you deleted ours?" Like, yeah. And so then I was like, I was just playing. And so he was even mad at the fact that I said I was just playing. And he was like, "Why would you play like that? That's not cool. You need to learn how to be more serious." And I'm like, "Dude, because I can't be serious because it's not that serious." So he said that he was going to take his videos down too. And he was basically saying that you have all these subscribers emailing me on my personal email asking, "Why did you take the videos down?" Shortly after that, like little weird.
Yes, Le Labo costs $200. Our version only costs $39. This is why.
Weird stuff started happening. Like, I remember like what we was doing what adults do. He just randomly pulled out his cell phone and started recording me with the flash on. Now I'm butt naked, and he didn't have the camera on himself. Like, he literally had it on me. So in the
He's doing that because you know how they like to keep photos and videos of their victims. To Erica, Mucker the sucker had you as a victim, Erica. You know, like you was just another broad, somebody else he was playing with, somebody else he was juggling, somebody else that was assisting him in his endeavors.
moment of us being intimate, it's like, okay. And no, I didn't tell him to stop recording because he only did it for like, it was like maybe 30 seconds to a minute. And even though he was my man, like, he didn't ask me permission to take his phone out and record our most intimate moment, because I watch a lot of TV and I know how guys can, expose, sex videos. And so it always played in my mind, like, because at that point I didn't trust him at all. So it always played in my mind, like, is he going to like secretly leak this or try to blackmail me, or like, like, what was the point of him doing that without my permission? And so one day I told him to delete it or whatever. He said he did. I asked him to show me. I don't think he ever showed me that he deleted it, so I'm unsure if he still have it. And I mean, if it was to ever get leaked, we are all grown, but it wasn't like it was a willing recording, because I don't do stuff like that. I'm totally against like filming anything because I have kids and I'm gonna have 3 boys, and I don't want them to ever see my body parts, plastered all on the internet. And so, other weird things that started happening, it's just like he wouldn't really answer his phone as much. He just kept saying that he was busy or he was with the girls. And then that's when like the abuse started. Like he really started calling me out my name.
I think at that point, again, he was already checked out of the relationship. She just hadn't figured that out yet. And he hadn't, in a way, he was kind of displaying it to her. But in a way, he needed to keep her hanging from that thread as well in order to secure himself.
Like I was always dumb and stupid. Like
Oh
he
my.
was always insulting me. And this part right here is kind of, it's very emotional. Um, because he was always saying I didn't have no class and calling me retard and
Girl.
always making me feel like I wasn't good enough. Like calling me slow, stupid. Like calling me slow, stupid, dumb. And he will always tell me that I'm not smarter than him and that he's way more intelligent. And he just made it seem like when it comes to being or knowing more in a certain area that I was just dumb and stupid.
Girl, sitting there degrading her. Wow. Mucker the sucker ain't shit. He ain't shit. She doesn't know enough, but she know enough for you to want to seek her out of millions of people on YouTube to try to trap her simply so that she can make you money. But she don't know nothing.
And at that time, around that time, Dion was probably, I don't know, maybe 8 months, 9 months, maybe 10 months the most. And I had lost a lot of baby weight. Like I was looking good, but he would always say stuff to make me feel like I was still fat. Um, like
As owner of Mint Mobile, I wanted to introduce our new family plan with a beloved member of my family, my sister.
like insult me when I didn't have no makeup on. I remember I had got my thumbnail editor to do one of my thumbnails, and I think I can find the thumbnail for you guys, but he was like, you need to tell him to change that because he got you looking like a man.
Wow.
It was just like the verbal abuse was unbearable, and so I still stayed because I felt like ashamed and embarrassed or whatever. One day, he came over my house.
Girl, Erica Mucker ain't even all that for you to have let him treat you like this and continuously. Girl, you've been at a point in your life where you just wanted a man to have them because this man was not being good to you if he was doing all this shit. I don't know why you was sticking around. Girl,
To help me start pretty much unboxing stuff. And I know y'all probably like, well, you did your face like in May and June. But I was always with him, teaching him movement. I was always at his place. Because because he
You was giving this man too much of your time. And this is why, young ladies, y'all need to have your own shit going on in the background and keep your relationship sort of distance from your friendships. That way you got other motherfuckers you can go out with. You got other people that you can speak to. You got other people that you can communicate with. Because this right here, this man had you being dependent on him just physically and mentally. That's a no. That's a big no. And stop trying to do things for them. Allow them to do their own shit. Stop working for these men and get these men to work for you.
never wanted to be in mine. So when I finally was like, you know what, I'm gonna just start putting myself first, start doing this. He said that he would help me unbox some stuff. And so there was so much stuff that he was having me throw away that he said I didn't need. That was just taking up space. But it was like brand new things, like Dion had like onesies and bills and stuff like that that was not open. And he was like, well, he doesn't need these because he got like 10 over here. But I was looking at it like, well, I spent my money on these, so why not? Like, he was literally making me throw away like extra bottles that Dion had. Like, he wanted me to throw away something that was of Dion's, and I pretty much put up a fight. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And he was like, throw it away. Like, he screamed at me, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because like he can use this. It's brand new, and I spent my hard-earned money on it. Because I didn't do it, he started walking down my stairs and he left. And so he called me, and I had asked him something when he called. I was like, why would you leave just because I didn't want to throw away something that I spent my money on? Like, that's kind of wasting money. You know, and at the time, you guys know I had went broke. Like, literally, I had went broke.
See, this the thing. Erica was trying to shuffle all of her finances for everything to even assist his ass. You understand what I'm saying? She wasn't getting anything out of this relationship. She was getting used both ways. She's getting used for her finances, and she was also getting used and abused for her time. And there wasn't any generosity here for her in this relationship. Mucker was the only one surviving this relationship, and it's because the sucker, the Mucker, was controlling everything. That's why up until today, he has to feel like he's in control of everything and everyone.
When I say broke, probably like 27 cents in my account. And thank God I'm not there anymore. But then I had really went broke because, like I said, he wasn't giving any money to help me at all. And so, whatever it was that I asked him, it wasn't asked in a disrespectful way. But I remember his response was, shut the fuck up, you dumbass hoe. And I remember, like, I was so shocked because, I mean, he was already calling me stupid, dumb, and, you know, retard, and you're not smarter than me, and where's your class, flat this. He was already insulting me. But I guess because he hadn't cussed at me, I felt like he was never going to cuss at me. So I was shocked. And I hung the phone up on him. And I was like, wow. And I forgave him again.
Wow.
I forgave him again.
Wow.
And I was ignoring the rest of his phone calls that night. And it was blowing me up. Like, I mean, he was blowing me up. And he was like, I asked him, I was like, you don't think you need to apologize for what you just said to me? Because, like, he literally called and called and called. And when I finally answered the phone, he went straight into, well, how are you? And I remember sitting there thinking to myself, like, how do you think I am? Just told me to shut the fuck up, and you called me a dumbass hoe for no reason. And I feel like he really thought that I was dumb. I feel like he really thought that I was stupid and a retard. Probably for staying with him. But yeah. So he convinced me again to bring me and the kids to his house because he said that he just wanted me to have a mental break because I was always tired. I had always had.
Listen, Mucker ass. Yo, Mucker, I haven't heard Erica even say that. Have y'all heard her mention anything about apologizing for any of these shit that he been doing? Like, I've never heard her say he apologized. I'm just hearing her saying he convinced me again that where is the fucking apologies for all the bullshit that you was taking? Or was you just taking him back and not expecting or asking for anything? Because I'm not hearing, I don't hear Mucker apologizing to you, Erica, now that every time he's responding to a video that you put out. I don't hear him apologizing then, and I'm not hearing you ever say that Mucker has apologized for you for any of this that he's done. The only thing I'm hearing you saying is things that he continued to do in the relationship. He continued to hurt you. He continued to abuse you. He continued to lie to you. But I'm never hearing anything about an apology.
Dion, and I just couldn't focus. I couldn't get anything done. Like, my body was tired. I could never get any sleep. And so he said, well, just come to my place, bring the boys, and that way you can get you a mental break. And yeah, so I needed to wash some clothes. So I washed some clothes at his house. Or he said, no, he said he was going to take care of the boys. He was going to do everything. So I gathered up me and the boys and a bag of clothes that I needed to wash. So I decided to wash them at his house. And when I got there, he was hanging up TVs and stuff. Like, it wasn't like, oh, Erica, get straight into bed and kick your feet up and go to sleep or watch TV. I got the boys handled. I got Dion. He was hanging up TVs. And then he went to go work out when I got there. So I was like, I told myself I could have done this at my place. Like, I don't see why I had to fill my gas tank up, as I always do, to drive all the way to your place to get the same results I could have got at home.
I think the times that he's asking her to come over, he's expecting her to work. He's expecting there to be some type of work that she's going to throw into a video that he's going to be able to gain off of. I think that's the only reason why even him saying supposedly a mental break now for her, coming over to his house where everybody is. I don't understand how she was supposed to get a break when she's still in the same house where the babies are, and he is annoying as fuck. Mucker the sucker himself. So how was she supposed to get this mental break? I think that was his way of making sure that she's working on something pertaining to videos around where he can get money.
And save my gas. So I went in the room where he was hanging up his oldest daughter TV. Dion was screaming at the top of his lungs. Like, Dion was just like, I wouldn't say he was screaming at the top of his, but he definitely wanted some attention. And I'm like, I could have dealt with Dion in my place. I didn't have to come to your place to fill my gas tank up. Deal with my baby. And so I was like, could you get Dion so that I can finish putting the clothes in the washing machine? And he ignored me. So I got because he ignored me. And he continued to put up a TV because I remember thinking to myself, that TV is going to be here tonight for everybody to sleep.
This is an iPhone 11 Pro from Back Market. They specialize in refurbished devices that feel like new at secondhand pricing.
I'll be here tomorrow. Like, why don't you choose the time when I come over here to hang up the TV? I didn't understand it. And so he comes in the kitchen and he asked me a question. And I guess I said it with an attitude. More than likely, I probably did say it with an attitude because I was frustrated. I was tired. And while I was talking, I had accidentally slammed his dryer door. And he was like, don't be slamming my dryer door. And I said it was an accident. And he said, no, it wasn't, freaking retard.
You know,
So,
see, this is what I'm talking about right here. Who actually just sits around and let somebody continuously disrespect them at this level? It sounds like this was just going on all the time because he just never thought in his mind, for real, Erica was beneath him, below him. And I can only imagine, what he thinking now that he doing all this petty shit out here. She was like the dirt beneath his feet. And he literally treated her like that. And I don't understand why it took so long for her to comprehend that shit. Because I'm not hearing anything where there were moments with this, moments with that. I'm hearing that it was always a lot of drama in this relationship behind the scenes, things that were being hidden, and even a person that seems like they throw tantrums. Not only throw tantrums, it seems like they pop off and start choking people when they get upset. Like, what the fuck?
I got our wet clothes out of the dryer. I had just put them in there. I put them in the black trash bags. And I was getting our stuff together to leave. And while I'm getting our stuff together, because I guess I was too calm, because I knew that something was going to go down because it had been happening. So I called one of my mentors and made sure that I was talking to her. I was talking to her so calm. I was just politely just getting our stuff together. And I guess my exit was just way too calm to where he started packing up our stuff for us. And I remember him walking to me and snapping his fingers in my face. He was like, pretty much like, hurry up, I got stuff to do. He said, you're moving too slow. And I felt like he was provoking me. So I'm being nice and calm on the phone with my mentor, making sure that I make my exit stuff because I know how he is. And you just coming over there like you putting your hands on my stuff. I don't need you to. And that's what I told him. I don't need you to help me get my things. Like, I'm moving as fast as I can. To be honest, he's a baby, and he's getting his shoes and stuff on, and he's snapping in my face, telling me that I'm wasting time, that I need to hurry up and leave, and that's what provoked me, and that's what led into him choking me, because I wasn't moving fast enough, and because he was throwing me out, I was telling him, I was screaming at him, I was yelling at him, I was like,
I wonder now at this point if the girl Janelle ever experienced any of this abusiveness that she's saying that Mucker was doing to her. I'm just wondering if Janelle experienced it as well. I'd like to know that if Janelle listens to any of our channels. Have you experienced this situation with Mucker over the 2 years that you guys were in your situationship? Was he an abusive person? Because trust and believe right now, child, Creole Bay, it will cover up everything she can cover. She is the one that's doing the undercover. And at the end of the day, whatever she has to do, to make sure that her and Mucker stays together. That is what she is focused on right now. Okay. So right now she don't have on no bright headlights at all. Right now it's everything Mucker, Mucker, Mucker. And it seems like she's already swooped into the mode that Erica was playing as well. So Mucker done got her stuck as well and doing shit for him.
Everything that I have done for you, I have nothing to show for it. And I was telling him, I was like, I done went broke.
Mm-mm-mm.
My house is a mess because when I first moved into my place, I was always at your place, so I never even got time to enjoy my place, unpack. I'm ashamed because brought another man to YouTube. Now I'm gonna get laughed at. And I said, well, you need to cash app me. He said, I'm not cash apping you anything. Well, at the time, I had access to his YouTube channel. It was logged into the YouTube studio. Mine was logged in and his was logged in. But I had set up the two-step verification, and I told him that I was going to delete his YouTube channel then. I said, either you can cash out me or I'm going to delete your YouTube channel. And when I said that, like, he did everything that he could to change his password and to sign me out. It resulted in him, like, trying to snatch my phone. It became really toxic. Like, we was wrestling over my phone, like, pulling it. Mind you, my mentor, she's on the phone the whole time, so she could hear all of this. Y'all hear me say mentor and manager, same person. She started off being my mentor. But she's on the other phone, like she's listening into all of this. And like it resulted of us falling on the floor, wrestling over the phone. And because he was trying to like literally take my phone out of my hand, I'm like, give me my phone, like I'm screaming, like, give me my phone, like no. But he would not let me leave that house at all without getting my phone. So he ended up rushing over to his laptop. Like his desktop. I'm sorry.
Hey, it's Clint for you. Be sure to watch NASCAR live on Fox and FS1 on YouTube.
That was on his desk, so his work computer, and he changed the password real quick, and it signed me out. And at that point, I really felt like now I really have nothing to show for it because at least I had access to his YouTube channel because I created it and all of that. And then whenever we would get into it with each other anyways, he would always change his password. Like it could be something so small, like he say whatever, hang up the phone.
Because he knew that you could control his money, Erica. Okay? See, this is the thing. Y'all bringing these guys to the YouTube channel, but then you're not being smart because you allowing them to set their own username and their own password. Motherfucker, if you ain't had know how to do shit before you got over here, then you don't need to know how to do shit now. Okay? You could have easily had a passcode and a username for yourself. That way you had access to everything on that channel. And to anybody thinking about bringing anybody aboard, I would suggest that to you. If you are trying to bring a significant other and you don't know if y'all gonna be there, okay, or he just ain't made it there yet, then yeah, you don't need to give him no damn access to nothing. If not, he need to create his own channel, do his own work. You've been doing everything for his channel. The only thing he was doing was collecting a check.
So he will always change the password to his YouTube channel. So I was just like, didn't he, like when stuff started happening around you so fast, like you don't even remember, like it's kind of hard to remember certain details. I do remember picking up a watch that he said was very expensive, and I had it in my hand, and I'm talking to my mentor, and for some reason I just picked up the watch. And I saw him, because he was nowhere near me. He was like clean across the room on his little bar. I saw him, he took everything out of his pocket. Mind you, I'm not expecting him to choke me. So he took everything out of his pocket and he ran over to where I was at. And it wasn't like a throat wash choke. Like he turned me real quick. He wrapped his arm around my neck and he lifted me off the ground. So
Girl, I know you fucking lying.
I guess like put somebody in a headlock and then because when he lifted me off the ground, I couldn't breathe. And it was like, if I could count, maybe like 6 or 7 seconds, maybe. But I remember like I had no access to anything. And my mentor, she's screaming on the other end of the phone. And he finally like let me go. Like he actually like he let me go, but it was the way he let me go. Like he kind of just like threw me down, and I was coughing, and my mentor, she was on the other end, screaming, and this guy bent down on the side of me while I was coughing and holding it, and he said, "I told you, I'm not that nigga, Damien."
Wow.
My mentor was like, "Get out of the house right now, leave right now." And I ended up walking fast out of his house. Cameron Dion was, throughout this whole thing, Cameron Dion was already in the car. Because I had already, like I said, he had disrespected me, called me a retard, and I just got tired of it. So I got me and the boys things together. And so the catch is, they was in the car because it's nighttime. They're in the car, both in and stuff, we ready to go, but then I can't find my keys. And I'm looking everywhere for these keys, and I cannot find them. He's looking, and he's so angry at this point. He wouldn't let me inside of the house to find my keys. So I'm outside looking around like, y'all, he would not let me back inside of the house. And Cam, he's realizing what's going on, so he's crying in the car, and he didn't care. Like, he just wanted me gone. So he comes outside and he helped me, or he's like acting like he's trying to find the keys in the grass and stuff like that. And Cam is like crying. And he didn't even acknowledge the fact that Cam was crying, I was crying. And his mom called me in the middle of all of this. And it's crazy because after I found out I was getting cheated on and stuff, I actually went to his parents, both his parents, and I confided in them. I let them listen to the recordings themselves. And I remember them telling me, like, well, his mom said something on the lines of, that's what men do, and that they don't leave their wives or whatever. And I remember his dad saying, you know, eventually he'll get tired, and as long as I had a key to his place, you know, like pretty much if I walk away, that the other person wins. And speaking of the key, when I had laid my keys down one day, shortly after receiving the keys, he took it off the key ring. So
let me tell y'all, when y'all going through things as women and young women, don't be going to them people family to discuss them. Because at the end of the day, I don't care if those people are wrong, their family sticks up for them. Okay? So don't be going to those folks and discussing nothing, because that is not helping your side of the fence at all. Okay. At the end of the day, his mom and his dad is going to stick up for them, for him. So I'm not sure why Erica even decided to give them the information.
I didn't understand what was even the point. I guess he was just saying all those I'm sorry and stuff like that and didn't mean any of it. But long story
Oh,
short,
that's the first time I've heard a
I ended
sorry.
up calling his mom, that night, and another relative. I'll just leave it at that.
Wonder if he said sorry because
And
mom
they
was gonna
heard
find
him
out.
being so nasty to me. He was like, "Why you on the phone with my mama? Call your
Yep.
mama." Like his mom literally had to ask him to let us back inside of the house because I couldn't leave. And I couldn't even get an Uber if I wanted to because my house.
So yes, that is why the sorry came, because she had phoned mama, and now mama knew about the drama that he was over there causing, all the chaos. See, mama might have not have been aware of what and who her son really is, but I think even now, she's gonna end up finding out because most likely she watches.
Keys was on the keys. And so he finally let us back in and stuff. And I got the boys settled in. And I remember asking him, like, you don't think you need to apologize for choking me? And he said, no, I do not.
See, this dude Mucker the sucker is something else. Okay, you know why he does not ever apologize? Because he does not give two fucking shits. He is a fucking narcissist. Okay, and if it's gonna be anybody's way, it's got to be his manipulative way. If it's anything else, it's not gonna work. Okay, Mucker the sucker, what you got?
Welcome back to the channel. I see that it's still just more and more videos coming out, and a lot of T channels getting a hold of it and just taking it, running with it, and just really enjoying this.
He doing the same thing. You taking it, Mucker the sucker, and running with it, because every goddamn video that comes up, you've responded to it. And not only have you responded to it, you've been responding with these fake ass apologies after you done did shit that your subscribers didn't know about. Now they know about it and they getting in your ass. You want to act like, oh, I know I shouldn't have said that. Shh. Boy, bye.
Moment right now. So it's been brought to my attention that a recording came out.
Everything is brought to his attention like he ain't clicking these goddamn buttons. You know, this little jackass. Ooh.
Of me saying that I was supposed to be threatening somebody, or that I threatened somebody, or threatened to kill somebody, and things like that.
You did. You did do it. You did do it. No, supposedly, you did it.
So a lot of things had happened prior to that, and as I said in the other video, a lot of things were exchanged in the heat of the moment. A lot of things were said on both sides. So my side was just happen to be recorded and not others. But at either rate, that's still something that you don't say, even in the heat of the moment. So as things come out, I apologize for even saying that in the heat of the moment, because again, it shouldn't have been said.
He apologized to who? Who are you apologizing to? That's because you don't want to apologize, you little motherfucker.
I understand that's a serious thing to be said, and
Personally, I go with Sparkle. It cleans everyday messes, and it won't clean out your water.
was 8 months ago or so. Like last night, me and Baby was having a conversation about some things, and things are really getting out of hand right now. So I want to be the person to initiate the peace amongst everybody, because at the end of the day, if this is my baby, this means that
you can stop with the if it is your baby to suit Creole Bay. You can stop fucking saying that. That is your baby. Admit that you were there. You were sleeping with Erica. You did nut in Erica. And that is your baby. Creole, that is Mucker's baby, so Mucker can stop trying to beat around the bush to satisfy your goddamn feelings. You know what the fuck you were signing up for before you signed up for it, okay? You know exactly what you were signing up for. So stop it. It is your baby.
We all gonna have to be around each other in one form or another. I'm gonna have to be around the other baby's father, and at some point he'll have to be around my baby. We'll all have to cross paths. So we all have children. We all have children that's old enough to watch all of these things. So I think it'll be best that we can have a sit down, we can have a phone conversation, whatever it takes to clear the air and bring more peace. Because right now it's getting really.
But my thing is, you knew that your children were grown when you guys started throwing the subliminals. You knew that your children were grown when you started making posts. You knew that your children were grown when you decided to have another baby with Erica. You knew all of these things, but yet still you was the one that started the commotion. The commotion, you and Creole Bay, y'all started it.
Really out of hand, and I don't want children to feel threatened like something's going to happen to them or something's going to happen to their father, their mother, and things like that. So as adults, I think we should go ahead and try to put all of these things behind us. Again, I apologize to anybody who I offended from anything. So that's me. You know?
If he's going to apologize to anybody that he's offended, who is anybody? Who is anybody? It was mighty strange when you said these negative things about these people. You would call their names per Erica. You called names, okay? You brought names up. But now it's time to put on your big boy pants because you're still a boy doing shit like this. Now you want to apologize to anybody. Who the fuck is anybody? All these people got names. Your subscribers, when they come over there and they're complaining about, oh, Mucker, you shouldn't have done this, you shouldn't have done that. And now you saying you getting on here and you trying to redeem yourself. Why you ain't calling them by name? Because them subscribers got crying name all in there. They got Erica name all in there. They're all right there in the messages that they're leaving for you. And who and why you should be apologizing to them. But yet still, you don't want to call names of who you apologizing to. So who the fuck is anybody?
You know, and I hope you guys could accept that apology. Hopefully
Shove
we
it
can
up
move
your
forward
ass.
as adults. Hopefully we can move forward for the children. And, you know, that's because at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to eat off of this drama. And at the end of the day,
you're going to eat off of the drama. That's why you keep responding as well. Mucker, stop deflecting, boo. It does not work well for you. Stop deflecting from what the fuck you're doing. Okay, this is what you wanted, to be honest, if you ask me, because you wanted to make money on YouTube, right? Okay, then.
family is going to be the only family that's affected at the end of this. So that's me. So either way.
Nope, you're concerned about Creole Bay being affected. Okay, that's what you're concerned about now. See, when the shoe was on the other foot, you was okay with y'all doing the bullshit. Y'all coming out with Q and was going to respond. Now she's responding hard. She's coming at you hard. You can't even duck or dodge right now.
One of you guys reach out to me. My number is still the same. It's never changed. So reach out to me. You want to have a conversation about moving forward, however we need to move for the children, however we need to move just in general, just as black people. You know, we all can do better. We can all.
One thing I can say, y'all know when to try to call up black card. I'm gonna tell you, black people don't get to the point where they're snatching them cards back. At this moment, we don't want to hear the black people thing. We don't want to hear nothing, because before you said them dumb shit that came out of your mouth, the dumb shit that you said to Erica, the dumb shit that you said about Crier and Janelle and Erica, before you said all those dumb shit, I had need you to remember that's the time that you were black. That's the time that you were black, not now.
On a new leaf, we can all bring more to this platform that's positive. So that's all I want to say. I didn't want this video to be long. Hope everybody.
Blue Moon, one of a kind, every time.
Everybody is enjoying their day. Once again, I'm truly sorry for all parties involved, everybody, and a lot of things that me just reevaluating. Even after that moment, that's what I'm saying. Even after a lot of those things happened back in the past, I reevaluated things that I could have done differently, things that I could have changed, looking on myself, focusing on myself. And to the point that there was even times that even like so many things I was going through, I would be mad at God. You know, I questioned God. And a lot of things went into turmoil.
You question God because you think you're bigger than him. Just the same way you thought that Erica was beneath you. Okay? You question God because you think you're bigger than him, and you're not. Your little weenie, eeny, teeny is not. Okay? You cannot walk on water, Mucker sucker. You cannot do it.
And I know I said that last year, but I didn't really just get into details. So many different things. And that's why, you know, at the beginning of the year, as y'all seen the other video, sister-in-law, she took the initiative to say, hey, let's start having church in our house so we all can become closer, because time is running out for everybody. People are dying every single day over silly stuff. And I don't want to be a part of that. Not me. I would feel bad if something happened to any individual for any reason, if it has anything even indirectly connected to me. So I'm doing my part. So now, this year, been going to church every single Sunday, been praying every day. Me and baby, we pray, you know, even sometimes in the middle of the day, you know, so it's a lot.
You going to church now because Creole B wants y'all to go to church now. The same way Erica was the one that was trying to get you to go to church when you was dealing with her. So at the same time, you're still not working on anything that you need to work on, Mucker. You working on other stuff that you really don't want to be working on, but you don't know how to tell Creole Bay no, that you're not ready. You want to act. See, the thing is with Creole Bay, you guys want to put on a lot of acting, okay? So in other words, it's just a soap opera there. But I guess once the camera turns off is when the real issues occur. Because obviously, with you coming on here, sitting on here, pleading and not really apologizing, there's something there at the house that's nagging Creole, that's having her nag you.
Things that y'all don't be understanding that's going on in real life. You know, the people go through depression, all the different things are real. And then you got to have somebody to lean on and say, baby, I got you, baby, you can get through this. So that's who she is for me, and that's what I am for her. So everything you see with us is real that you see on there, because we all go through dark moments. I'm honest enough to say it's still dark moments. We don't do anything about blowing up on each other, cussing each other out, anything like that, because we respect one another. That stuff doesn't.
See, that's what I told you. He didn't respect Erica. But not only that, you hear how he say, there's still dark moments, okay? Creole B over there with her dumb ass dealing with the same shit that Erica been dealing with.
Even happened. And that's why I'm saying I knew that she was my soulmate is because since day one, the respect that she's shown me and the respect that I've shown her, it's like.
But you wanted to marry all three of them, Mucker. You, hold on. You proposed to Janelle. We don't know who you proposed to before Janelle, okay? Because we know you a gigolo. Then you and Erica was talking marriage. Erica gets pregnant. You don't marry Erica. You don't give Erica no ring, even though y'all discussed it. Then you move on to somebody else that you can manipulate, which is Creole. And now you supposedly propose to her. And this is all just a fairy tale. Mucker, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
I don't know. It's like something that I can't even put into words. So that's why I can't stress enough of how happy I am in this moment in life, because she keeps me happy, she keeps me grounded, and she's part of the reason that I'm even making this video right now. She's saying, baby, just reach out to them. Everything that she suggests for me to do is always positive. It's never.
Exactly. She told you to do it. You don't be doing shit because you want to, or there's sympathy, or you're sorry. You're doing it because she wants you to do it.
Never negative. Even the same with her. You know, we all are human. We all can feel taunted. We all can feel triggered when certain things happen. We all are human at the end of the day. I never said I was perfect. Baby's never said she was perfect, and nobody on this platform. So don't expect perfection when it comes to us. We are humans just like y'all. So that's all I got for you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And again, give me a phone call, either one of you guys. My number is still the same.
Mucker the Sucker from Erica, Janelle, and Crier. Take these fake apologies and shove it up your natural ass. Okay? Shove it. None of them want it. Okay? They don't want it.
Just reach my line.
They don't want the
we
fake.
Can have a conversation like adults and go ahead and put these things behind us for the children and the unborn child that's coming. And I would have personally reached out myself, but I don't have neither one of y'all know.
You can't even be inside of the room to see your first son born because of Creole. Girl, let me tell you, at the end of the day, you knew that Erica was pregnant, Creole. Okay? You knew that she was pregnant, and you knew for a long time that she was pregnant. As a matter of fact, you knew before you started your little romance with Mucker that she was pregnant. So you had to been expecting a fucking birth, because that's what happens when you get pregnant. The baby has to come out. Okay? So Mucker, you saying you don't want to be in the room because this, that, and the third, you need a blood test first. Nigga, please. You know that's your damn baby. Stop with the shits. Stop with the shits and the shenanigans and man the fuck up. See the rest of this bullshit through. Because you the one that caused all your mess and this bullshit that's coming behind it. You caused all of it.
So if I did, I would have personally reached out. So this is my invitation.
You could have. The same way you sitting your ass on here and saying they can send you a Facebook message, they can send you an email, they can send you an Instagram message. Well, you could have done all those things too. But you got on the internet first. You got on YouTube. Yeah, because you wanted to make a big thing out of it. And it's big now.
And if one of you don't have my number, you can go ahead and email me at themuckerfamily@gmail.com, or you can send me a message through Instagram, or Facebook. Yeah, so you guys just...
I give all y'all permission. Go ahead and send the muckerfamily@gmail.com a message saying, take your apologies and shove it up your ass. Just send that message. Thank you.
Reach out to me and we can go from there. Let me know what's a good time to talk. however you want to do it, whether you want to do a face-to-face, whether you want to do a Zoom, it doesn't really matter to me. But I think...
Notice when these apologies go down, Creole Bay always inside the camera every other time showing them goddamn teeth. But her ass ain't but no place in sight for these goddamn apologies. No place in sight.
It's time before things get out of hand, because we both have family and people on both sides. So that's not going to make any sense. What's going to, at the end of the day, if bloodshed happened, what was gained? At the end of the day, what was gained? Who won? Nobody.
What was gained and who won from you choking a young lady? What was gained of that? What was gained of you calling her names and belittling her? What was gained of that? What, Mucker? You and that fake ass smirk? What was gained? Tell us. Exactly. Nothing.
Another person dead over some ignorant stuff.
Well, you know what? It's funny that you mentioned it dead when you're the one that mentioned you wish that Cryer was dead in the first place. It was you that brought up dead. You still bringing up dead. Fucking devil.
So I'm trying to avoid that type of stuff from happening. We'll see what happens from now. I hope everybody have a great day.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys watching. Continue to follow me on Instagram. That is melanin_KAY talk TALK 101. Melanin_KK talk 101. I will see you guys around soon. On the way out, go ahead and thumbs up the video for me. I appreciate it when you do. Share the video and mwah, have a blessed day. Talk to you guys later.